You've done the job.
Okay.
Like, now it's a matter of going out and executing the game plan.
What do you do with the hay when it's in the barn? What happens after that?
It's just stacked up and ready to go.
Okay, just for whatever you
want.
need.
You're talking to a city boy. I don't know. It's there. It looks good.
I don't know anything about that.
But when the hay is in the barn, I feel like the job is fairly done at that point.
Yep.
What you do with it after that is anybody's guess. But he talked about that, and these coaches, they run on adrenaline. They're built differently. Their lifestyle's built differently. I've always been a guy that needs sleep, I feel. And I've always been a sleeper.
Yeah.
Oversleep. I overslept for school a lot. And most of the time, I don't know about you, but I'd come home in high school from practice and I'd fall asleep in my clothes. I'd fall asleep in my clothes through dinner. Sometimes just so tired.
Smelling
always
funky walking around the house, huh?
No, I wouldn't be walking. I'd be sleeping. I was in the room sleeping.
What Tort say?
And then wake up.
This room reeks of BO.
I think I have
It's one of my favorite Torts.
I usually.
Clips
you want to hear it?
Yeah, please, if you have it.
Crank that up a little bit. All right, Torts.
I'll tell you right now, this room smells of BO.
See, but that's a hockey BO. There's a difference. Like, I believe, like, you go into a football locker room, there's a smell.
Well,
you go into a hockey locker room, there's a smell.
Yeah, those two sports, some of that stuff just
Similar.
sits in the pads
That's right.
for a long time, and there's only so much you could do. So you're right about that. But that teenage funk you probably had, that's real too. Teenage BO is a
those
whole
are
nother
pheromones,
level.
Matty. Those are. I got the Kavorka then. That's when you're young and smelly. I think it's better than being old and smelly.
Being smelly, period, is horrible. You know,
To the sniffer.
it's only
To the sniffer go the spoils.
a lot of sniffers out there.
I'm just saying, like, to each person's,
Okay.
one
Hey,
person's smelliness is another person's pheromone.
that's true. Beauty is in beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
Captain Blackout reporting for Booty. Matty Ice Hayes.
Not booty. Beauty.
Iceman cooling off. I'm getting text right now. Is Micah Parsons in Green Bay? No, I've not.
I know who that's from.
He left. No, it's not from Whiskey Paul.
Oh.
No, because I texted Whiskey Paul the other day, and he's like, absolutely not. Policy won't do it. No, I do not believe that he is. He's flying somewhere, but I don't know if it's Green Bay.
Yeah, where could he be going?
Listen, I asked Schefter about it yesterday, and he said anything's possible, but he wasn't. He said to us that sure, every team would inquire about what it would take, but he said Dallas says no intention of trading him.
Which I understand. Like
Unless they got the right offer, maybe.
He is he's an absolute beast. I think he's no doubt a defensive player of the year candidate. I think he's going to grab one by the time his career is over, maybe even a couple of those. So yeah, it's been a head scratcher for me, to the point where I'm throwing my hands up with the situation, because this should be very, very easy to do. Like, you look at yesterday, right? The Kyle Hamilton deal comes out with the Ravens. They know what they have. They pay him. I think that's what good organizations do. Like Philly does this. Philly does a good job, I think, year in and year out of drafting, developing, and taking care of their guys with Micah and Jerry, a guy that, especially in Jerry, he has history of paying his star players. Why he's dragging this out, or why they are dragging this out right now, for me, the math isn't math.
Brian Bulaga, the former Packer himself, played at Iowa, big-time tackle.
Yeah.
First-round pick.
Okay. Nice addition. Nice addition to the
Glad to contribute.
The situation here. I had a drop for the Drop King, and I couldn't find it. Damn. Oh, here it is.
Well, I didn't know you wanted to get involved with the discussion, Mr. Helper.
My mom always
good.
appreciates
Wow.
when you play that
Okay.
one. She likes that one. Shout out to Mama Hayes. Love you.
Mama Hayes, you're the best.
Yeah.
I think he was a Charger for a year at the end there, too.
That is correct. I believe that's
I'm big on
also
the Brian Bulaga trivia.
It's your boy.
Yeah, apparently.
What's he saying, AR? Has he weighed in on this? Is Micah...
ESPN Milwaukee, Brian Bulaga didn't give a yes, he's coming, but he said, if this gets done, enormous.
Oh, okay.
But he dropped it if it gets done, meaning that maybe they are working on it.
I'm sure Green Bay has reached out.
Where there's smoke, there's fire.
Maybe so. Maybe he was just making an early trip out to Philly. Maybe he was at the airport going over to Philly early, scouting out, the scene for his teammates, where we're going to get cheesesteaks and all that. He's got nothing else to do right now.
Micah Parsons spotted at an airport in Green Bay. No, that's not true. We live in a world that you wouldn't have to guess. There'd be video everywhere. There just would be. I don't want to see a wide shot of a crowded airport. Show me he's there, and then we'll have something. Breaking. Parsons has been traded Green Bay per multiple sources. Talks of an extension have not yet been finalized, but no.
So are you saying the picture that's going around is AI'd up? Like this is a fake pic?
No, it's not even fake. It's nothing. But now that you mention AI, I should be.
Yeah, we always got to fact check. I
don't know what airport. Honestly, Maddie, it's weird. I've never been to Green Bay. As close as I've been to Milwaukee. I've been to Madison. I went to camp in Hayward.
But never
been everywhere.
Okay. I wonder what else you could
picking up pies at the Elegant Farmer. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But I've never been
Whiskey Paul.
I've never been to Lambeau. It's on the bucket. It's probably on the bucket list.
I would like to go.
I just don't know
there.
if I want to go for. Do I want to go for as a Viking fan?
Of course you do.
And then take a Miller Lite to the back of the head.
Hey, as long as it's an empty can, you can survive that.
What are the chances it's going to be empty?
You can survive that.
The chances it's going to to be empty are probably pretty good.
No doubt.
No one's going to waste beer in Green Bay.
But yeah, you're setting yourself up for some smoke if you go in there with that purple and yellow.
What if I just purple and gold? What if I just mind my own business? Just wearing a nice maybe
I'm a big fan of that.
I'm not a big jersey guy. So what if I just went Vikes quarter zip and I just kind of lay low, blinders on, get to my...
That's dicey.
Don't talk to anybody.
That's still a little dicey.
Still going to bring it on?
Because if somebody's saucy enough and they see that and the game's not going well and Justin Jefferson's just grittying all over the end zone up there, that heat's coming back towards you.
Cover?
Yeah, I wouldn't advise you to wear anything Viking related unless you're ready to put the paws on somebody.
Can't go to a sporting event anymore and... subtly root for your own team on the road. Where have we gone in life?
We've been here for a while, man.
Yeah, we have.
We've been here for a while.
I just haven't been in a while. All right. Well, I'm getting all sorts of texts.
Okay. Yeah, you're a popular guy. Fire up the gong.
No, that's not it.
Fire up the gong. I'm getting so many texts.
No, it's Whiskey Paul. He said, "I will protect you."
Okay.
If I'm with a Green Bay fan, that would be okay.
That'll balance it out a little bit. You going by your lonesome. I
texted Whiskey Paul the other day and just gave him a Micah with a question mark, and
you can go with Warren Moon. Your boys with him.
Edgerrin James
too.
Oh,
that's right.
Another one. Speaking of Hall of Famers, talk to him.
Okay,
so we got a busy Hall of Fame.
This is weird the way this is going to shake out today. So we'll go Buckeye royalty and Hall of Famer Orlando Pace will come on at 1:30. So we'll talk to the two-time first-team All-American Buckeye. And then at 2:30, we'll do a Gold Jacket Thursday with the former offensive lineman of the Rams previous version of Orlando Pace. That was Jackie Slater. 20 years with one team, the Rams. Played in one Super Bowl, lost to the Steel Curtain. His son, I don't know if a lot of people remember this. You will. You're a student of the game. Matthew Slater was...
heck of a career.
Got drafted by Belichick in the Patriots.
Yeah.
Thought he was going to be undrafted. Was a gunner and a kick returner for UCLA, right? Real fast.
Mm-hmm.
Not big like his dad. And gets drafted by Belichick and I think fumbles his first kickoff return ever. They didn't lose the ball. One of his teammates landed on it. Wound up going on to win a Super Bowl with the Patriots, something his dad didn't do. Played in the league forever, coached then later.
Yeah.
And when I watch the NFL films, they do the father-son deal with Slater, with Jackie going to watch Matthew. It's probably the more unsung father-son duo.
100%, because Jackie is clearly and obviously a stamped Hall of Famer, but his son, Matthew, is one of the best special teams players the NFL has ever seen. I don't think I'm talking crazy. If you look at his role in special teams, I believe he was a 10-time Pro Bowler.
That many?
For special teams. Double check that for me, but I think off the dome, Jackie Slater's son, Matthew, was a 10-time Pro Bowler for just doing special teams work only. That's how dominant he was. So within that household,
they got a Hall of
Famer.
He was a 10-time Pro Bowler. and he won 3 Lombardis.
See what I'm saying? Like,
with the Patriots.
Like, that doesn't get talked about enough. Like, they got a Hall of Famer in the same house with literally one of the best special teams weapons ever.
It's a father-son duo that never gets talked about.
Never. Yeah. Can't wait to talk to him.
But and you know what? Remind me to ask Orlando something I've never asked him. In practice, I covered that team with Ohio State back in the 90s, and going up against Finkus and Vrabel in practice.
Some dudes.
And I feel like Vrabes, I would always get stories like that Vrabes was fighting everybody.
He's fighting people now.
Yeah, but he was fighting. Right, he was fighting people. And I'm wondering if he ever fought or got into it with Orlando, the Pancake Man. Like, would that be? Mm-hmm. I would feel like guys would not do that. Well, 6'8", 330. I don't think anyone messed with him. And it's not because of his attitude. It was just his size and his talent.
Right.
Remind me to ask him if he ever got into it with Braves.
I just jotted it down for you.
All right. We'll get after it today. The spread on the game is getting, I don't know. It's creeping down to a coin flip. And Travis Kelce has some advice for a certain team, not his own. You'll hear it next. Rothman Ice and the Fan.
All the 10 TV people come over to our side of the building to take a deuce. That should tell you something about how we operate. The Fan.
Right now in Washington, there's a fight going on to make life more affordable and bring back American jobs. Some play politics and some want to get things done. Senator John Husted is cutting through the noise, putting Ohio first. The new tax bill delivers for working families and helps small businesses hire and grow right here in Ohio. Tell John Husted, keep fighting for Ohio families and small businesses. Paid for by Senate Opportunity Fund.
Dr. Marta Lavelle of Urbana and Darby Dental Smiles on having First Bank of Central Ohio as a partner.
It has been great working with First Bank of Central Ohio. They helped me achieve a huge goal, becoming a business owner. The bank made it so easy. They helped me through the whole process. It's been great ever since.
Experience what it's like to be first at First Bank of Central Ohio. Visit fbcentralohio.com for more details. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
The dog days of summer are the best days to save at Coughlin Chevrolet. Lease a new 2026 Chevy Equinox, only $259 a month. New 2025 Silverado, lease for $359 a month. See our full inventory at CoughlinChevrolet.com. Together, let's drive.
Coughlin has the car for you.
36-month lease with $39.99 due at signing, plus tax, title, and license. 10,000 miles per year, 25 cents per mile over. See dealer for details. Ends 9/2/25.
Get Eco.
Aaron, what's your favorite holiday?
Labor Day.
No, really. What's your favorite holiday?
Labor Day?
Get Eco.
Labor Day is when we celebrate the working people of America.
Like plumbers, electricians, and HVAC technicians?
Sure, but we're also celebrating nurses, police officers, office workers, firefighters, school teachers, landscapers, and those people who faithfully pick up our garbage on trash day.
And waiters and waitresses?
And car mechanics and...
Get Eco.
And daycare workers. We can't leave out daycare workers. Hooray for Labor Day!
Jerry, when you look at working people, what do you see?
I see the people who built America.
I see love.
Love?
Love with its sleeves rolled up.
Wow. Working people are the people who take care of everybody.
Labor Day is when we celebrate the working people who built America and keep it strong.
Happy Labor Day, everyone.
Get Eco at geteco.com.
Hey, Bobby Carpenter here. After retiring from professional football, I never expected that me, Bobby, I'd have low testosterone. So I went to my friends over at Affinity. I got my labs done, and now I've been on a testosterone replacement plan with Affinity for 8+ years. Best of all, they've supplemented it with peptides and lots of other great products. Learn why me and thousands of men trust the experts at Affinity to feel their best. Get more energy, better workouts, feel like yourself again. And do not waste another day. Get started at feelgreatcolumbus.com today.
Morning Juice is now on YouTube, weekday mornings starting at 6. If you're a fan of Bobby Carpenter, he's ready to attack and dominate. If you're a fan of Jeff Gutoff, drive directly to a hospital. Seriously, The Fan.
Heading back to school, we are stronger together. Educators and parents on a mission to make sure our public school students have what they need to succeed. We are excited together, ready to make this the best school year yet. We are better together. I'm Ohio Education Association President Jeff Wensing, asking you to stand with OEA for the great public schools Ohio students deserve. We are stronger together this school year because public education matters.
At the Ohio Lottery, we make Keno fun, your way. That means every few minutes across Ohio, 20 out of 80 possible numbers are randomly picked. And if some of the numbers you picked match, voila, you're a winner. Keno doesn't require you to know a single thing about sports, skidball, or overs, unders, pluses, minuses, or lines, or whatever else. Keno is as simple as, did some of my numbers match? They did? Great. You just raked in some dough. There are more than 20 hours of Keno draws every day and thousands of places to play statewide. Lottery players are subject to Ohio laws and commission regulations. Play responsibly.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Make sure you have your umbrella and sunglasses. We'll have some chances of showers earlier in the afternoon with clouds increasing and then some sun here and there throughout the day and highs in the mid to low 70s. Overnight, partly cloudy with lows in the mid 50s with patchy fog developing for Friday morning. But don't worry, the sun will come out later in the day with highs getting into the mid 70s. For the Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with the 10 Weather Impact Forecast.
Bet365, the official online sports book of Rothman Ice. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Anthony's hidden talent is weaving a movie quote into every conversation. It's mostly not annoying. You're listening to Rothman and Ice.
All right, we got a spread that's dipped down now to 1.5. Who knows? By game time Saturday at noon, might be a pick 'em.
Tell you this, man. Texas up front, they've got some questions on that offensive line.
Mm-hmm.
Like one of their, I think, right or left tackles right now he had hand surgery recently, and so he's going to wear a cast in the game. So we'll see how that affects him. They've already dealt with one big-time injury, and so even if they had a couple guys that they were forecasting as their best unit, it was a lot of new up front, replacing 4 of their starting 5 offensive linemen last year, and 3 guys got drafted. So big question mark, not only at quarterback for them, but also arguably the most important unit outside of quarterback. That offensive line is a little dicey right now for Texas, so we'll see.
Didn't they lose a guy for the whole season a little while ago?
Right. And so it looks like Trevor Gooseby is the guy that, according to Tech 24/7 Sports and their branch
He's the
that
left
covers,
tackle?
Texas, they're reporting that he recently had hand surgery and will probably wear a cast in the game on Saturday.
A JPP, like let's wrap that thing up? Like the
club.
The human Q-tip?
Like I think for a defensive lineman, that works to your advantage, I would think.
You want to be able to hold if you're an offensive lineman.
Right. What we can ask Orlando Pace about that. He'll know a little something about it.
Says here that regardless of that dude's loss, they feel like they have a talented offensive line.
Yeah. Well,
Gooseby says, I think we're really gritty.
Okay.
A gritty O-line. A ground and pound O-line.
I don't expect them to say anything else. They can say that all they want in public. If this was happening here, we'd be talking about how concerned we'd be about the offensive
This
line
is a good
right
quote.
now.
We just have that move somebody off the ball establishment about ourselves and an identity about ourselves. That's the kind of what we pride ourselves on.
Okay. Arch had a cool line. I will give him that. I heard him speaking to the media yesterday, and he said, like, we've got a target on our backs, but we've also got red dots on everybody else. And I was like, okay, Arch, that's a bar right there. I like that.
It's a guy.
It was a good one.
Trying to be a leader and probably is a leader. I think that similarly to Ohio State, I've looked at this. I've thought about this before about when teams like these lose guys, the one thing that they can fall back on is usually how they do in practice against their own defense.
Yeah.
Because Texas, with Simmons and Moore and Burke and guys that if they're performing halfway decent, their depth at O-line against those guys in practice, and we wouldn't know whether they are or not.
Right.
But I look at this similarly with Ohio State. If Ryan Day and that O-line holds up against this defense, then they know they got something that's better than most of the country. And so we'll see. It's you and I have talked about this. Defense should control this a little bit. Mm-hmm. You could have some gift points on mistakes, some blown assignments. You could have turnovers. You could have some of that. But I don't think anybody's expecting a track meet. But listen, the over-under is 47.5. It doesn't take that much of a game to get over that.
No, it doesn't. And look, last year's game where these teams knew who they were at the latter portion of the season and really had a lot of things figured out, that was a grind of a game. Like, you remember, like, right before halftime, Travion breaks off that, 75-yard runner or whatever it was with under a minute to go. And it's like, now we got a little bit of wiggle room. But that game was 7-7 going into to halftime almost. And then Travion just does what Travion does. And so, Texas is going to come in here with a really good defense. They got dudes at every level that are impactful. You mentioned Simmons, and Simmons is already kind of, I don't know if it's bulletin board material, but I'm sure you saw him post Julian Sands' picture on his Instagram story. So he's having some fun with that. And then you got to worry about Anthony Hill at a linebacker and Michael Taft at the back end as a safety and a preseason All-American. And so, yes, while Texas has their questions up front, there are playmakers everywhere on defense for Texas, and that was a really stout unit a year ago, and I'm expecting the same Saturday at high noon.
This was funny. On the New Heights podcast, Travis Kelce was talking about Cleveland and what Stefanski should do with Shador.
Give the people what they want.
For sure. I mean, listen, what do I want to watch? I want to watch Shador Sanders.
Who doesn't want to watch that? The world wants to see him go out there and not only play, but have success. At this point, guys are rooting for him. This isn't anything against Dylan. This isn't anything against Joe. I'm just saying the excitement is there for him to go out there. He's going to put eyes on the screen. He is going to bring people to the game. It is what it is, man. I would love to see it, man. I say all this as a fellow Clevelander, and I hear with the chatter around Cleveland and how everybody just you get Deion's son in the building. He enjoys being in the limelight. He enjoys being on that football field. He's got excitement. He's the showman when he plays. It's just it's so fun to want to root for that. It's fun to imagine what it would look like if they let 12 go out there and shake it, man.
He's nuts. I can't believe a guy who's active in the league is being a fan and saying that this guy is better for ratings, so he should be playing. That's what I heard.
My dad is.
That's what I heard. Travis Kelce there.
Do you know his dad?
And I know he was trying to be entertaining and fun, but he's an active player in the NFL with his brother, who's obviously a big-time player himself. And there's a pecking order. He'll get his chance. And I'd be much more respectful of his opinion if he said, I watched preseason. I saw these guys. I think he deserves to be the guy. Okay, that's one thing. Puts eyeballs on the screen. He should start because he's got more notoriety. Like, it's honestly ridiculous. I cannot believe I heard him say that. First of all, it's about winning games right now. He's a player. This isn't just a ceremonial thing. They're not a traveling circus. This is a football team. Let the pecking order unfold the way it's supposed to.
What you're saying is real. I've had a similar take to what Travis Kelce just said, but I also said that doesn't matter to Kevin Stefanski, nor should it matter to Kevin Stefanski. What I've always said is, if you are a fan, obviously it's exciting. If you are Jimmy Haslam, the potential of having this guy represent your brand and put butts in seats is very, very exciting. And he's already done that to a certain degree, right? With how many people watched his debut in the NFL in that preseason game, with that being the most watched preseason game in 10 years on the NFL Network. Like, jersey sales, like all that stuff matters to owners. For a coach, it's about the execution on the field and winning games. But there's no doubt, like, Shador Sanders has a lot of motion. He's got a lot of aura, as the kids say, AR. And so if we do get to that point to where he's earned it, then all of this stuff Travis Kelce is talking about will be amplified even more and highlighted even more. But there's no denying that Shador, he's got a lot of backers, not only just amongst fans, but guys in the league and former players. There's something about him that players like, current players, former players, to where they side with him. And the business side of it, I totally get. I totally get it from a business side. But the most important thing is what he has to do as a quarterback first, and then you can get to the fun stuff after that.
Two things are going to happen. Either Flacco and Gabriel are going to play well and hold on to it, or they're going to eventually falter and Shador will get his chance. Yeah. And he'll get to learn and see more before he goes in. and then he'll be able to take over. He'll get his shot. I don't see any reason to start him right out of the gate, and they're not doing it. We come back with the Pancake Man in 2 minutes. Orlando Pace will size up the big opener and a lot more next. Rothman Ice and the Fan.
Adam Schefter here with Vivid Seats live from the stands, and we've got a special update. Sources confirm fans using the Vivid Seats app are racking up rewards with every ticket and doing it fast. With an unbeatable lineup of seats and perks that go the distance, why use any other app for game day? Don't fumble this season. Grab your tickets through Vivid Seats, download their app, earn rewards, and as the official ticketing partner of ESPN, get $20 off your first $200 in-app purchase with code Schefter. That's code Schefter.
Your fantasy draft is here. The Smack Talk is starting, and this season, ESPN Bet is giving you more ways to ride with your squad. Introducing ESPN Bet Fan Center, where you can instantly link and bet on your fantasy teams right in the ESPN Bet app. An enhanced sports betting experience only from ESPN Bet, the sports book for sports fans. Download the app today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
This is 100% employee-owned now. It gives them a sense of pride.
It's always been a family business. We've benefited as owners from the work of all of these great employees for so long. Well, now everybody's an owner, so now everybody has a stake. It really is the culmination of the family business. The family just got bigger. We all know there's a difference between working for a paycheck and working for something that belongs to you.
Call Rizzotti today at 777-4806.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter, and Columbus football is back. And what better way to kick off the season than driving home in a tough, reliable 2024 Toyota Tacoma from Germain Toyota of Columbus. Right now, get 0% APR for up to 72 months with 20% down, or lease it for $239 a month for 36 months for 10,000 miles per year with $29.99 due at signing. Head to Germain Toyota of Columbus today on the corner of I-70 and Bryce Road. Your home for great deals all season long.
Rothman and Ice is sponsored by your local Pella Window and Door showroom on Gemini Parkway. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
These two have a ton in common. Anthony loves hockey, and Matty's always cold. This is Rothman and Ice.
All right, big week, Ohio State, Texas. We'll effort the Pancake Man in moments. I believe he'll be on campus again, too, on Saturday with your chance. I believe for a meet and greet, Pro Football Hall of Fame will be back. We'll have a Gold Jacket Thursday on Today with Jackie Slater. There are few guys that have come through this university that have just universal awe. And Orlando Pace, I believe, is one of them. When I got here and started covering them and I first met Eddie George, I felt the same way. I thought Eddie was a defensive end when I saw him. Mm-hmm. That can't be a running back. And I felt the same way about Orlando Pace. And it wasn't like he was overnight a perfection, but the opponents, when Orlando was blocking for Eddie George in that magical season for the Heisman, and when you were able to run behind him, and then Pepe Pearson was another one who kind of got in the starting lineup, and the Ohio State Buckeyes were running for more than 200 yards a game, easy, in 96. And he had a rare run at the Heisman, Orlando did. Danny Werfel wound up winning it that year. Mm-hmm. He was a Big Ten Offensive Player of the Year. But he was fourth in the Heisman. I think that's the most I don't know if any other offensive linemen have been in the top 5 that I can recall in a while. Maybe they have. But I remember that lasted for a while. I know I have to look that up. I don't recall.
I would be surprised if that has happened since then. I don't remember us talking about anybody.
And I know we rarely talk about 3rd, 4th, 5th place finishes in Heisman.
Right.
And it doesn't happen that way.
Because that's why I think we would remember AR. If there were an offensive lineman that finished in the top 5 for Heisman candidates, like that I think would pop up in our brains. But like Orlando, in sports, like especially like in basketball, where like, hey, it's coming down to this moment and this guy's taking the shot, or in that moment last year to where the 3rd and 11 to where you need a play. Like that ball was going to Jeremiah Smith and he made the play. I think for Orlando Pace, he was that type of offensive lineman to where if it was a third and short and you had to have a first down, we are running behind Orlando Pace. Everybody knows it, and there's nothing anybody can do about it. And so when I hear his name, I just think utter dominance and just throwing dudes out of the club, embarrassing people, and just really doing a great job of solidifying not only his position, but the confidence based off of how great he was. And I'm sure that gave to everybody else on offense to know that this guy's in the huddle with us. We got a shot. We got a shot on offense to make noise because he is that darn good.
Similarly to this team, when you have a young quarterback, and everyone's very excited about Julian Sain and his ability to throw the football. But when we had Jim Lachey on Monday, like the first thing that went to his mind was, we got to have a running game. Like I know he's an offensive lineman, but it's as key as it gets with Peoples and Donaldson. And you heard Ryan Day mention Bo Jackson, the young kid, in his early press conference this week. And so, Maddie, everyone's kind of asking, like, is there going to be a guy this year? And I feel like this has committee written all over it, but Bo Jackson could be a guy that he could make an impact as a young kid. Like he could, in this backfield, if he shows something, I would not be surprised. Not just on name. He's going to get a lot of name recognition because his name is Bo Jackson. But
we got a Lamar in there, too, don't we? I think it's a Bo Lamar Jackson.
Is it?
I don't think I'm making that up. I think that's right. It's amazing. I think he's Bo Lamar Jackson.
So he dropped the Lamar, obviously, because... but, yeah, I feel like this is a 1A, 1B, whatever, and then you add Bo Jackson to the mix. And, I mean, maybe by the end of the season, he is a little more of the impact guy.
It would definitely go a long, long way for Julian to have that, right? Especially in this game on Saturday, because I think that can settle a lot of things down. It can protect your defense to a certain degree. It keeps Arch Manning off the field and takes up maybe a few snaps away from him. But for Julian, like if defenses have to start coming downhill because of the run game, regardless of who the guy is this year, right? Donaldson, Peoples, Jackson, like there are guys in that room that can, in my opinion, play at a high level. We just got to find out which roles work out best for those guys. Like Travion Henderson was one of those guys to where you could keep him out there for every down if you needed to last year. They didn't need to because Quinshon was that good. And so they had good balance with their skill sets and what it required, what the offense required from both of them. And so I'm sure Coach Loughlin has a great feel of that already, but you got to see it out there on the field. But, yeah, you start changing the picture in a good way for a young quarterback, right, with play action stuff and not being able to throw that extra defender out wide to Carnell or Jeremiah, whoever it may be. That can go, I think, a very long way for Julian Sain.
He's going to have to. He's going to need it. This offensive line is key. It's not sexy, but it's key, and everyone thinks it's going to be very good with Sareveld and certainly Hinsman back as the center, and Shabola we haven't seen. We'll see what Phillip Daniels can do, but Ryan Day was praising him. Oni Anwa, who came in, was a name we heard this offseason, but looks like Phillip Daniels is the guy. Yeah. And so you got to have depth there. As much as we talked about depth on the defensive line, the offensive line is going to be key. Protecting a young quarterback, giving him a chance. Julian Sain is also a guy that has to slide a little bit and create his own passing angles. And I think this is going to be a real work in progress. I think he's an extreme talent for sure. But I remember watching the spring game, and I'll go back to it. The bubble screen to CJ. The play action to Mylan Graham. He had a ball tipped when he was sliding to his left to create a lane. I think Jason Moore is 6'6", who was working at Van Sickle, a redshirt freshman. Like, he's got to be able to slide. And I feel like he can find his dudes for sure, whether it's in a shallow zone or wherever. You're not asking him to be Superman, but that's going to be very interesting to see how much he targets Max Clare, who he targeted in the spring game.
Yeah.
Down the middle for a touchdown.
Yeah, I think this could be the coming out party for Max Clare on Saturday. I really believe that because the one bad game for Jeremiah Smith was against Texas, and that I don't think that's going to happen on Saturday to that degree where we're talking about one catch for 3 yards because I think Coach Day, Coach Hartline have had an offseason to figure out creative ways to maybe move him around within this offense. That way you can't lock in on him the way you may if he just stays at one spot. But Max Clare, I think, is ready to be a baller. I truly believe that. And in the game against Texas last year where things got slowed down a little bit for Jeremiah Smith, G. Scott stepped up and had himself a nice little day. I mean, we're talking G. Scott had 5 catches in the game last year. That tight end room a year ago against Texas had 7 catches total. So they did some pretty good damage against the Longhorns. And so for Max Clare, who I think is a little bit more talented with his skill set and route running than some of the tight ends we've seen over the last couple of years, this could be his opportunity to get busy in the middle of the field, because we know how wide what they have with Brandon, Carnell, and Jeremiah, but now there's a new weapon in the house that I think can create maybe some of those easier throws for Julian to help him settle in as well.
Absolutely. It's always an early thing. Usually you have some non-conference games where the tight end is scoring like 2 or 3 touchdowns, and then everyone gets this, oh, wow, the tight end's going to be huge this year, and they never catch another touchdown again. But I'm with you on this room. This room is going to be strong for this offense. The multiple tight end sets they can put out there, the blocking ability, the pass catching ability, Claire, Kazmarek, Thurman for sure.
Yeah, they got some talent in there.
Bennett Christian,
Sure.
Tight end room is, it's rarely what we talk about when you have Jeremiah Smith and Carnell Tate. But it's something with a young quarterback. If you create something there, you got something.
He is definitely that being Max Clare. Like, he's one of those guys. Like, if you are the Texas defensive coordinator, that Texas defensive staff, he's got a star next to his name. Like, we got to worry about this guy. He's because I'm sure they've gone back and looked at a lot of the things he did at Purdue when he was very productive, and now it's just something else the defense has to worry about. And I think that is something that we'll see evolve throughout the coming weeks, is that the offense is, yes, going to be, a lot of that's going to be filtered towards Jeremiah, and rightfully so. But defenses are not going to be able to just lock in every single week on him and him only, just because of every other option that I think Julian will have. And in time, if we're talking about the run game being potent and being physical too, then you're really stressing defenses out at every area of the field.
You go back to last year, and I don't always do this just because it's new personnel, it's different personnel, and it's a different game, and it just feels different. It's obviously a playoff semifinal, but they won a game with Jeremiah Smith catching 1 pass.
One.
And if you would have told me that before the Texas game, play the old box score, like if you just looked at the box score, could you know who won the game? And I looked down and I said, oh, Jeremiah Smith, 1 catch, 3 yards, no touchdowns. Travion Henderson, 42 yards. Quinshon Judkins, 36 yards. If I played the box score game on the skill position dudes, I'd be like, uh-oh, it doesn't look good. It doesn't feel right. And now think about what happened. Took a scoop and score to seal it. I'm not saying they don't. If Texas scores there, they tie the game, then who the hell knows?
Right. You don't know. Right.
That's how close this game was, and that's why I do feel like this team, those guys were the cement of this team. It was Travion and Quinshon. It was Carnell had a good game. Micah had a good game. But your star of stars had 1 catch for 3 yards, and you won a football game. This year, he's still here, new quarterback, and teams will be like, somebody else has to beat us. It's a tougher game to play when you're trying to play it against Henderson and Judkins and Ibuka and Tate, because those guys can hurt you. This year, you still have Tate, but it's going to be up to guys like Graham and Innes and these running backs and the new tight ends. Ryan Day said it today. They're edgy. This is their team. They haven't won anything.
Right. And that message has been, to me, relayed from Caleb Downs, Jeremiah Smith, two faces of the program right now. You hear them speak about last year, but you also hear about how quickly they were ready to move on to this year and stamp not only their resumes, but help other guys create names for themselves as well. So for Jeremiah, he's received nothing but praise, and rightfully so, this offseason. But the one thing that he's had to hear about that was a little negative was this Texas game, and I'm sure that's been an ultimate motivator for him to correct that, get his, but also have the team win as well.
All right, he's a busy man, the Pancake Man himself. We'll try to seal him up here at 148. Rothman and Ice on the Fan.
The sound of Paul Keels calling a Buckeye game is erotic.
Oh, yes.
Your home of the Buckeyes, the Fan, Ohio sports destination.
When it comes time to replace the roof over your head, you need a name you can trust. Newman Roofing. Don't just take our word for it. Here's our friend Cindy.
We were very happy with our experience, and we would highly recommend Newman to anybody we talk to.
Call 614-NEW-ROOF or visit online at newmanroofing.com.
Buckeye fans, introducing Behind the O, the brand new app packed with original athlete and fan-driven Ohio State sports content. It's free to download in the App Store on iOS and Android, and every time you open it, you're helping generate NIL dollars for your favorite Buckeye athletes with zero cost to you. Get exclusive access to fresh behind-the-scenes videos, training routines, athlete lifestyles, and more from every Ohio State sport. Don't wait. Download Behind the O now and get closer to your Buckeyes than ever before.
Behind the O, free for fans, NIL for athletes. Out our Inn, the legendary bar on High and Framby since 1969, is open at 6 a.m. on game day. Be one of the first 100 through the door and score a limited edition Out Our Inn shirt. 3 generations of fans have signed their walls. Out Our Inn, with the biggest bar, best patios, and great music. It's the #1 game day tradition. Follow them on social for details. Out Our Inn, where the title defense begins.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. My good friends over at Sleep Better Columbus want you to know that if you're 65 or older, enjoying those golden years, but maybe you're dealing with restless nights, you need to listen up. Are you tossing and turning, struggling with sleep apnea, and that leaves you wiped out during the day? Well, it's time to reclaim your rest with Dr. Mark Levy at Sleep Better Columbus. As a leading provider in non-surgical sleep apnea treatments, Dr. Levy helps you breathe easier and sleep deeper with custom oral appliances, a comfortable alternative to CPAP. The best part is that Sleep Better Columbus is in network with most medical insurance plans and is a proud Medicare provider, so your coverage can work seamlessly with Sleep Better Columbus. And as we head toward the end of the year, don't let those benefits go unused. You don't want to wait to use your deductible. Act now to make the most of it with Sleep Better Columbus. Call Sleep Better Columbus today at 800-MORE-SLEEP or visit sleepbettercolumbus.com. Once again, that number, 800-MORE-SLEEP or sleepbettercolumbus.com for your consultation. Sleep better, live better. You've earned it.
Buckeyes, the 2025 football season is here, and that means 3 things: football, game day, and smooth Jameson whiskey. Whether you're catching the game at home, at your neighborhood bar, or soaking up the team spirit at a tailgate, Jameson Ginger and Lime at Ohio State Athletics are a winning combo. So cheers to making game days even better with the official whiskey of the fans. Jameson, proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Taste responsibly. Jameson Irish Whiskey, product of Ireland, 40% alcohol by volume, 80 proof. Copyright 2025, imported by John Jameson Import Company, New York, New York.
Common Man and Timmy here for the ESPN Bet Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino.
Mikey, it's time for the ultimate fan experience. You could win tickets to the big home team game.
Legal?
Oh, legal.
Oh, illegal.
Legal. Against a team that wears orange on August 30th.
It all goes down Thursday, August 28th from 6 to 7. All you have to do is use your Penn Play card or the Penn Play app during the month of August.
And you can win a bunch of other prizes as well. The more you play, the more opportunities you have to win.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Gambler.
1, 2, 3. The national champion Buckeyes open up the season against Texas. If you could actually see my excitement, you'd be scared.
Live fan coverage starts Saturday at 6:30 with the Kick at noon.
Your forever home of the Buckeyes, the Fan.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/joy to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments including pills, chews, and more. 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy, HIMS.com/JOY.
All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Rothman and Ice present Buckeye Bulletin.
Sponsored by Logan AC and Heat Services. Don't go through another air conditioner breakdown. For fast, friendly service, call the experts at Logan Services now for a free estimate and next day air installation.
It's going to be the best Buckeye Bulletin we've ever had because he's the 2-time first-team All-American two-time All-Big Ten, started every game for the Bucks in those mid-'90s, 94 to 96. He's the one and only Pancake Man. He is Orlando Pace. Big O, good to have you, my man. How you feeling?
I'm feeling great, man. Thanks for having me on, man. Excited about my Buckeyes this upcoming weekend. So.
Great. Can't wait to break that down with you, Orlando. Let me ask you this first, because I was fortunate enough to be able to cover you and that team back in the 90s, and I remember some stories like Luke Fickell would say that, one day in practice, they would look at the other defensive guys and say, all right, let's go out and start something today. And I remember them saying, like, Vrabel would fight like almost every offensive lineman. At some point in time, did you ever get into it with him, or were they just too respectful of you or afraid to say, he's not the guy?
That's good. You know what? There were some battles. I think Vrabel and I, we made each other better week in and week out. I can honestly say, though, now thinking back on it, we've never gotten a real physical altercation. Like, you go against a guy for 3 years, and you realize there has to be some respect there. We've never got into, we've had some battles. We worked hard against each other, practiced hard against each other. But I can't remember any physical altercations with Mike Vrabel or Matt Finkes or any of those guys, man. So I think there was a level of respect there for both guys. And we just went out and just tried to make each other better.
When you were in practice against those guys, my boy Finkes and Fickell and Vrabel, and they would do like one-on-one pass rush every day, I think. And was there ever a time that you remember that you got beat by one of them? Because none of them would say they ever beat you, even in practice.
I don't recall, man. I honestly don't recall. Vrabel was a great player, played in the league for a number of years, a great coach. So, but I don't recall. Man, it's tough. I've been through so many one-on-ones in my career, but I don't recall. I rarely lost at Ohio State. Let me just say that much. And I don't know, so I would probably tend to agree with those guys.
Orlando, it's good to hear from you, man. I wanted to ask you about Julian Sam, but kind of this angle of it, because as you know, and we all know, Coach Day, Coach Hartline are going to do everything in their power to help him get going quickly and really put some confidence into his brain and body there. But you as an offensive lineman, if you were in that offensive line room right now, how much of that responsibility would you put on yourself in the unit to help out the quarterback, to really have him feeling like these guys in front of me are going to protect me all year long?
Yeah, I think this, and there's no preseason games or any warm-ups. Texas is the number one team coming into the shoe. They have a really good defense, but as an offensive lineman, my mindset would be, especially for a young quarterback having his first start, is really to protect him. That has to be their onus, is to when he drops back, no pressure up the middle, anything. I think that the onus is on that offensive line. I know they did a great job, and they have some young guys that's going to step up and play big. But I think it's a combination of the offensive linemen protecting them well, and then Coach Day and his staff, offensive staff, calling plays that makes it comfortable for the young quarterback to have success early. And I think that's going to be the key. If they can keep him clean, run the ball, open up some lanes for the running back, I think they'll have some success on Saturday.
He's Orlando Pace, Buckeye royalty, the Hall of Famer himself. You can meet and greet with Orlando at the Hall of Fame tent on game day on Saturday in the Fan Fest area. He'll be there from 10 to 11 a.m. on Saturday, so make sure you show up to meet Big Orlando. All right, so the hangover from the national championship, there's been a little bit of a narrative. I know it's not the same team. It's not the same players. They have two new coordinators. They're going to be running the show, but what impact, Orlando, does that have, if anything, positively or negatively, that Ohio State comes off as a national champ with this game on tap to open up the home season?
One thing, and just reading and seeing the interviews, they're trying to really distance themselves from that championship team. That's what's needed. I think when you look at it, that was last year. That's in the past. I think coming into this year, there's so many things to prove from a young quarterback, young offensive line, defensive line. They lost so much to the NFL. Those guys have an opportunity to play this year. And one of the things that they have to do, so they have to go out and shine. So last year was in the past. This is a new season, new team. I think Coach Dan and his staff have done a great job, putting that in the past and focusing on the 2025 team, which I think is needed. And I think they'll be fine. Again, it's a tough test coming out against Texas, and I think Texas has a little extra motivation because they lost last year to the Buckeyes. So I'm sure they'll be more fired up to come in this shoe and play well, perform well.
Going back to last year's Team Orlando, I wanted to hit you up about Donovan Jackson and what you watched him go through, right, in that move out to the tackle position, going from the interior out there to left tackle. Talk about the challenges you think that he went through, but also like just watching him go through that at the most important time was so impressive, Orlando. But you know what it takes to do that. Talk about that grind for Donovan and how he was able to get that done.
Well, I had a chance to mentor Donovan. I do mentorships at the Combine. I had a chance to talk to him about it a little bit. I told him there's some more you could do, right? So he went from guard to tackle in the game at Penn State where, he's facing, probably the best DN in the country at the time. He did a fabulous job just moving out there. And you're a football player. At some point, you got to you got to use your hands, your feet, and be physical, and those are all the attributes that Donovan has. He's such a good player as a guard, that natural move out the tackle in space, using his hands, using his athletic ability. I thought he did the best job that in a long time that I've seen a Buckeye player who made that transition to guard to tackle. So I was impressed by the way he performed at tackle.
He is Orlando Pace to help the Buckeyes win that epic game against Arizona State in the 97 Rose Bowl. Couple-time Hall of Famer, College Football Hall of Famer, Pro Football Hall of Famer, and, of course, the only repeat Lombardi Award winner ever, I believe, in the sport. Did you ever entertain playing basketball for Randy Ayers?
You know what? I did, man. I was in contact with him a little bit in high school. And then I thought about it, and then I ended up, I didn't realize I was going to start as a freshman coming in. And just the grind of starting as a freshman and that whole thing, your body and all that stuff, man, it would have been too much for me. But, I love basketball, always loved playing basketball, played it, enjoyed it in high school. And I did have dreams at some point of playing on the college level.
You'd have been a very tall point guard. I know you like to handle it.
Now I play a little pickup game. All I want to do is come off screens and shoot the ball from the 3-point. No more banging for me.
Orlando, your Rams, they've been a lot of people liking the Rams, and then we got to a couple weeks ago, and it's like, Matthew Stafford, he's got a back injury. What's going on with that? How concerned are you about that right now out there in La La Land?
Not concerned at all. Matthew Stafford, 17th year. I think it's his 17th year. He didn't have to go through training camp anyway, so a little small. He needed that rest and relaxation. I think the biggest thing is to have him ready for week 1 and playing out there in L.A. I think he'll be fine. No concern. Sean McVay is such a great young coach. He always gets his guys ready to play, and they do a good job drafting players. So I'm excited to see what they do this season.
Big O, you're the man. Can't wait to see you on Saturday. We'll say hi. We'll pop you up on the set and have some great hype and just live it up before this Texas game at noon. Thanks for making time for us, bud.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me. You guys have a good day, man. I'll talk to you.
You got it. Orlando Pace, 2-time first-team All-American, just a born lineman here on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. We come back top of the hour, reset a little bit, Sports Center, deep dive, and the Big Ten and the pressure cooker it will be for these coaches and players. Rothman and Ice in the Fan.
No hot takes, no dancing, plenty of stupid. Bishop and Friends.
Weekdays from 9 to noon.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877 Cars for Kids to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877 Cars for Kids.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
Common Man here. Our friends at Care Heating and Cooling and Lennox are feeling the love. They're doing something extraordinary for Central Ohio families. The Lennox Feel the Love program provides deserving families and individuals with indoor heating and cooling equipment as well as installation at no cost. You can nominate someone who you think is deserving at feelthelove.com. Nominations will be accepted through August 31st. Let's give back to our hometown heroes. Selfless neighbor, maybe who always puts everybody first. Community leaders like teachers, firefighters, and volunteers, or just families facing hard times. Whoever you think is worthy, send a nomination. As of 2024, the Feel the Love program has completed more than 350 installations with help of dealers like Care Heating and Cooling. Our friends at Lennox donate all the equipment, and Care donates the labor and materials, and the installs are done at no cost. Remember, the deadline is August 31st. Care Heating and Cooling. Call 1-800-COOLING or book an appointment online at careheatingandcooling.com. When you need a company you can trust.
You hear that? That's the sound of Pepsi Zero Sugar, the better tasting, more refreshing Zero Sugar Cola. Pepsi Zero Sugar. Let your taste decide.
The Columbus Zoo invites you to follow the footsteps and the tales of animals from around the world. Explore our newest region, North America Trek. So what are you waiting for? Get your tail to our trails only at your Columbus Zoo.
Hi, I'm Dr. John Runyon from Runyon Dental Group. Are you missing teeth or do you have uncomfortable dentures? Dental implants can not only transform your smile, they can restore your confidence and allow you to eat those foods you love that you've been missing. When I was in my early 30s, I was in a similar situation needing complex dental work and dental implants. I understand all the emotions that you're feeling because I've been the patient and I know that we can help you. Schedule a free consultation today at runyondentalgroup.com. That's runyondentalgroup.com.
Game day glory starts here, Columbus. The 2025 Polestar 3 is built to win, delivering Scandinavian luxury, cutting-edge design, and up to 350 miles of range. Right now, lease yours for $399 a month for 27 months with $55.99 due at signing, and score $15,000, double the EV tax credit. Visit Polestar Columbus on the Buyers Imports campus by the airport, the only place in Ohio where you can see, feel, and drive the difference. Monthly lease payment of $599 per month for 27 months. Offer expires September 30th, 2025. See dealer for details or visit polestaroffers.com.
You may play the Ohio Lottery, but how well do you know the odds? True or false? When more people play Powerball or Mega Millions, the odds of winning a jackpot are worse. It's false. The odds for draw games don't change. The game design sets the odds so your odds stay the same no matter who plays or how big the jackpot is. The only thing that is worse is the number of coworkers expecting free lunch if you win. I mean, how many tacos can one man buy every Tuesday? Learn more about common lottery myths at ohiolottery.com/knowtheodds. Lottery players are subject to Ohio laws and commission regulations. Play responsibly.
Our clients deserve for us to care, and they deserve to feel serviced. They have questions, and they deserve answers. We're counselors first because I'm not selling them anything. I'm trying to teach clients how to protect themselves. At Curtis & Associates, we're personal injury attorneys. We've helped and continue to help hundreds and hundreds of clients every year. That's important to us. If you've been injured in an accident and it's not your fault, call now. 614-GOT-HURT. That's 614-GOT-HURT. Curtis & Associates. Attorneys who care.
Good morning, Doctor.
Doctor?
Hi, Doctor.
Doctor?
Dr. Jackson's practice is growing.
What do you mean we're still short-staffed?
He needs a good patient doctor.
How do we not have enough doctors to doctor all these patients?
And he doesn't have the patience to sift through hundreds of resumes.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. When you sponsor a job on Indeed, it's easier for talented candidates to find it, which makes it easier for you to hire them. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Your fantasy draft is here. The Smack Talk is starting, and this season, ESPN Bet is giving you more ways to ride with your squad. Introducing ESPN Bet Fan Center, where you can instantly link and bet on your fantasy teams right in the ESPN Bet app. An enhanced sports betting experience only from ESPN Bet, the sports book for sports fans. Download the app today. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. Sports Center.
Good afternoon. I'm Tyler Danberg. Ohio State football is 2 days away from facing Texas at Ohio Stadium. Sonny Styles on getting to wear the Blocko jersey.
Oh, it was an amazing feeling, man. You know, once they said my name for the Blocko, I think the first thing that came to mind was just thinking about the guys who got it before me. Like, those are the guys I looked up to, man. Like, freshman year was Bab, next year was X, and then obviously last year was Cody. Like, those are my guys. Those are the guys I wanted to be like. So to be able to put on that same number as them, it's definitely an honor.
Top 25 college football tonight. Number 25, Boise State faces South Florida. In the Big Ten, Rutgers hosts Ohio. Wisconsin greets Miami, Ohio. And Nebraska battles Cincinnati. Baseball today, Cincinnati Reds and Cleveland Guardians both off. Cards are 66 and 66. Reds are 68 and 66. This update is sponsored by Roosters. Roosters is giving away 12 ultimate Buckeye experiences. Tickets, sideline passes, trips to a Buckeye first-round postseason game. Register today at roosterswings.com.
Most shows just skim the surface, but Rothman and Ice feel like the biggest story of the day deserves a closer look. It's time for a deeper dive.
Sponsored by Low T Center. Low T Center, reinventing men's health care.
All right, final hour of the program. Gold Jacket Thursday. Jackie Slater, big and bad. He was a guy that was not a for sure Hall of Famer in the first few years. Had to work his way into it once he got the starting job. Never relinquished it and went on to have a 20-year career with the Rams. We'll have him on at 2:30. You can meet Orlando Pace in the Buckeye Fan Fest on Saturday, Pro Football Hall of Fame tent. We just had him on. He's looking forward to meeting and greeting all the Buckeye fans. And you won't find a nicer dude, nicer, more talented guy that's ever put on that uniform than Orlando Pace. We were looking at the Big Ten.
Yeah, starts tonight, AR.
Yeah, give me the game. Give me the not great games though, right?
You have at 6 p.m. Ohio U, the Bobcats, taking on Shiano and Rutgers. You can do
a little scouting for the Buckeyes.
Scouting.
Yeah, right.
Some people out there like OU's quarterback. He's a veteran guy, so do a little early scouting on him. And then you get Buffalo. Did I mention that? So that's 6 o'clock on BTN. 8 o'clock you'll get Buffalo at Minnesota. The game I'm pretty excited about is Nebraska at Cincinnati at 9, and then you will also have at 9 p.m. Miami, Ohio taking on Wisconsin. So 4 Big Ten teams getting busy today, and then you will see Michigan State and Illinois tomorrow night.
The Miami Badger game, even though the Badgers are favored by like 17.5.
Yeah.
It could get interesting.
Okay. The Redhawks, the Fighting Big Bens.
Yeah. I don't know what we talked about pressure before the break.
Yeah. And
one of my maybe not so obvious ones is Luke Fickell.
Mm-hmm.
He goes there to Wisconsin. Not a lot of success. 7-6 his first year. 5-7 last year. They got a new offensive coordinator, a new quarterback, the kid from Maryland that transferred. And all of a sudden now, where's this awesome run game they had forever with Alvarez and Bielema and Paul Christ, and they want to throw the ball more, which is fine, and they did under Phil Longo, and guess what happens when you try to do something and you don't have the personnel to do it? It fails miserably. So we're going to find out. Their 25 schedule, Bama, Michigan, the Buckeyes, the Ducks, Hoosiers, Illini.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
It's for real. And they go to Bama this year.
You got to go back to 1992 to find the last time the Badgers had 2 losing seasons in a row.
Wow.
And guess what? History may repeat itself. Yeah. I think there's enormous pressure on him. And I know he got a weird timed extension, but I just feel like this is a bad year to ask for them to rebound.
Yeah, especially with 6 preseason ranked teams in the top 20 on your schedule. I know their quarterback went down last year, so that set them back just a little bit. I was actually pretty big on the Phil Longo hire because him coming over from North Carolina, he did some really good things with that offense, and it wasn't just airing it out. They had some good backs as well. Like Javonte Williams was over there, and somebody else I'm forgetting that was an NFL back. And so if they can piece that together, I still believe in what the offense could be. And I think if you are Wisconsin, you have some confidence in handing Fick that type of extension right now, because you've seen him build a program. You saw what he did at Cincinnati, and in time, that's the hope up there in Madison, is that he can do that. But yeah, there's no doubt, AR. Like there's a chance that the record itself is not going to look too sexy for Wisconsin.
He doesn't beat Miami tonight.
Ooh, yeah, you got to have it.
at home,
you have to have this one.
Like, that's not one you can lose because you'll pick off Middle Tennessee. That's great.
Right.
And then it's right to Bama. Maryland's got a lot of pressure on them. He should probably win that game. So let's say he goes 3-1. He beats Miami, Middle Tennessee, and Maryland loses at Bama. Then he's got to go to Michigan. And, probably a loss. So 3-2. He gets Iowa at home. Not easy.
No.
Ohio State, certainly. He goes back-to-back, Ohio State at home, and then out to Eugene. And then he's got to go to Indiana, and he gets Illinois right after that.
I think if it's dicey for Wisconsin when we get to the finish line, I don't think they're going to move on, but the noise will be really loud at the end of the year. It will be really loud because of what they expected to get from him. So hopefully, to your point, that starts tonight. The good stuff starts tonight because you got to take out Miami of Ohio when you're Wisconsin, especially when you're, a 2-touchdown favorite, a little bit more than that.
17.5 I saw, maybe.
According to Vegas. So, I've been thinking a lot about, when we talk about guys in this conference that are under a bunch of pressure, I'm thinking about Luke Altmaier.
Mm-hmm.
Think about Illinois' quarterback this year because this is a guy now that's a senior, and he's been around for a minute, played a lot of ball, and he was good last year. I'm looking to see, can he be great this season? Because if he can reach greatness and whatever his definition of greatness looks like with his skills that he has, then this Illinois team, I think, they turn into more of a legit threat than a paper champion right now because that's all they are this all season. Like, I've been somebody that sees the vision of where this could go if it all comes together, but he's got to lead the charge. He's got to be the difference maker in some of the big-time games that they have this year, and they'll get Ohio State in their house. They take on Indiana, and that's the game I cannot wait to see. Is that game September 20th at Indiana? Because that, for me, is going to be, let me see what Luke Altmaier's got. How is he wired this year? Because the offensive line in front of him, they're returning a bunch of guys. So he should be comfortable there. I think under Brett Bielema must watch at Illinois. The defense has always been feisty. We'll see what they bring to the table this year. But he's a guy I've been thinking a lot about, AR, because they only have 2 ranked opponents on their schedule right now. That's Indiana on the road, and then they host Ohio State. Outside of that, there's a chance for Illinois to potentially be a college football playoff team if they can win one of those games. And so he has to be the captain of the ship, but elevate his game to higher heights. And so he's a guy I've been thinking a lot about here is Luke Altmaier over there in Champaign.
I think it's a great call because now, yes, they are paper champion this year because they're ranked in the top 12 to start the year. But they were very good last year. They were competitive. They won their bowl game. They beat South Carolina. They beat Michigan. They beat Nebraska on the road. Who else did they beat? Kansas, who was a top 20 team.
They got a nice quarterback, too.
Yeah. So they actually did some good things. I do think there's some mild pressure on Indiana just to try to follow it up. Not to make the playoffs, so I wouldn't put them severely in the pressure cooker.
Just don't fall flat.
You just can't, can't go back to being a doormat.
Yep.
And I don't think they will with Mendoza. I think first of all, he's maybe the more untalked about quarterback in the Big Ten. People are thinking he could be one of the best quarterbacks in the Big Ten, if not from a talent standpoint. So we get to see what he's about. But I think the number one, yes, it's easy to put it on Drew Aller. Like, I think that there's always obvious pressure on James Franklin and Drew Aller. So I'm not going to go the obvious route. But I think Bryce Underwood faces ridiculous pressure to win. I do.
Is that this year or is it next year?
This year.
For me, it's next year.
True freshman. I don't know. Just the way they've talked about it and how much praise they have for him. And it's, to me, you're probably right. Okay, good point. The fact that their quarterback reportedly is going to make $3 million to play football this year as a freshman.
Yeah.
Now, maybe you could look at it the opposite way. He has no pressure. The money's coming regardless.
From him individually. The expectation for Michigan this year as a team.
A massive amount. For a true freshman.
Yeah, it's crazy coin. There's no denying that at all. I just expect him to look like a true freshman throughout the year. And
the number one prospect in the country.
Right. All that stuff's for real. There's no pushing back on that. I think we're a year away from, at least in my opinion, me looking at him as having to be an aircraft carrier right now.
Well, in that case, based off what you just said, we're describing somebody else. We're describing Dylan Raiola.
Who we see tonight.
Yeah.
Who we see tonight in year 2. Yeah.
And so he is the number one recruit. You're saying that Bryce Underwood is. And he's also the 1 year away from being a freshman that you're talking about, Ice. So That's who it's got to be.
Right, and that's why I'm excited to watch him tonight. I am. I have no idea what Cincinnati's bringing to the table tonight. Nebraska, I saw, is right around 6.5, 7-point favorite on the road. But, yes, how he's been talked about since he played at the high school level, like he is supposed to be a real difference maker, NFL caliber guy. And so, yeah, you got the true freshman season out of the way, and he had some highlight moments, but he also had some lowlights. And every freshman is going to have that. But now I'm expecting him to look a lot cleaner. So I think that's a good call, TLC, and we'll get to see him get busy down there in the Natty in a few hours.
Yeah, especially here because that Ohio State game looked like it was too big for him. Like, Nebraska should have won that football game, but Dylan Raiola missed a lot of open receivers. Yep. So in that spot, as a true freshman, missing that many guys, I would love to see him increase his accuracy this year.
Just to let you know, the game's in Kansas City.
Oh, this game's in Kansas City tonight.
So it's a pseudo home game for Nebraska.
Understood. Okay, so they're fans.
So Mahomes and Raiola are in the same city right now.
It's at Arrowhead.
Don't listen.
So that's kind of cool.
It is cool. Yeah. And I'm sure he loves that. Can I get Pat's locker and all that? Like he
already wants to be. Maybe he's the one that got the game at Arrowhead.
Right. Pat's locker.
Like just embrace it. I don't know why he's kind of pushed back on that. Even the haircut, the pregame warm-up, the sunglasses, the number, the throwing style.
Not original.
Everything you see is Pat Mahomes. And that's okay because it's, if I was a quarterback.
And how did he respond to it when he was asked about it?
Remember last year when we played the clip and he was like, oh, one of my favorite quarterbacks was Tim Tebow. And I'm like, dude.
I believe that.
Well, when Tim Tebow was at his peak, Dylan Raiola was like 2 years old. Not that he couldn't go back and look at highlights or anything like that. I get that. But everything we see from him is Pat Mahomes.
It is.
Everything.
I was just curious if he was ever asked about, hey, your style, your mannerisms, they all seem to be very Mahomes. Is that because you look up to him the most?
When he was asked last year, he played the Tebow card. I don't know how much of that has changed, but even his
he's at Arrowhead tonight.
His throwing motion looks like Mahomes.
Now, if we can just get Mahomes' little brother back for this one.
Oh, is he allowed back in? What's he been
I think the statute of limitations is up on that, don't you think?
He had a little legal thing pop up last year, too, didn't he?
Sticking his tongue down some bar owner's throat.
Yeah. Well, that's what happened. Very descriptive.
Good work if you can get it, right?
Hey, I've been watching Love Island, man. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We come back. ESPN analyst concerned about this AFC North team. You'll hear it next. Rothman Ice and the Fan.
We have so many local shows, I can't fit them in a 10-second promo. So let's just say we're live and local all damn day. The Fan.
Common Man here. I want to tell you about my guy, Bob Capace, owner-operator of Worthington Jewelers for the past 25 years. If your only experience is going to the mall for jewelry, Bob and his team will blow you away. Service, quality, and a great price. The store is busy all the time because people keep coming back. True story. My 8-year-old daughter says to me, "When can we go see Mr. Capace again? He's nice." Yes, he's nice. Worthington Jewelers on High Street in Worthington, worthingtonjewelers.com.
On Jackpocket, America's #1 lottery app. New customers opt in and get a free lottery ticket. Download the app and start ordering lottery tickets today. Use code VOCAL. That's code VOCAL on Jackpocket. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 18 or older. Jackpocket is a lottery courier and not affiliated with the Ohio Lottery. Opt in for $5 in non-withdrawable lottery credits that expire in 168 hours. Terms at jkpt.co/draw5.
The summer event is still on at Germain Honda of Dublin, and the deals are hot. Lease the rugged 25 Honda Ridgeline Sport for just $339 a month, or finance with an unbeatable 0.99% APR. Or drive home in the new 25 Honda Prologue EX. Lease it now for only $149 a month, or 0% APR, plus no payments for 90 days. Get the deal you deserve at Germain Honda of Dublin on Sawmill Road, just south of 270. See dealer for full details.
Working your way through that honey-do list? That means more flushes, more showers, more fiddling with a thermostat. Trust the pros at the Waterworks with your plumbing and drain cleanings and repairs and all your heating and cooling needs. Our certified pros can repair or replace your furnace or air conditioner. Clogs? Call the Waterworks. Drain cleaning? Call the Waterworks. Plumbing issues? Call the Waterworks. Furnace repairs? Call the Waterworks. The Waterworks, trusted neighborhood plumbing, drain, heating, and cooling experts.
Hey, Buckeye fans. As the official wing sponsor of Ohio State Athletics, Roosters is kicking off an incredible giveaway you won't want to miss. This football season, we're giving away 12 ultimate Buckeye experiences. 3 drawings, 12 winners with prizes including tickets, sideline passes, and 3 trips to a Buckeye first-round postseason game. Go to roosterswings.com to register and see all the details. 3 drawings, 12 amazing prizes. Register today and every day. Roosters, a fun, casual joint.
Is there anything better than a college football Saturday? Not if you're at the ESPN Bet Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino Columbus. Join the fan for watch parties for the games this season. Oh, you got to check out the display case of amazing autographed prizes you can win. It's beautiful. 2 massive TV walls to watch the national champs. Watch and place wagers with over 30 kiosks, contests, prizes, and live shows. Must be 21 or older to enter. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Introducing The Fan 2. A totally different radio station is coming to 1460 AM, The Fan's HD2, and The Fan app. Your home for Bob and Tom mornings and Jim Rome in the afternoons. It all starts Tuesday, September 2nd.
Imagine what it would feel like getting tackled head-on by a 240-pound linebacker. You'd be in serious pain, right? But if you're unbuckled in a car crash, at just 50 miles an hour, you become a deadly projectile that can slam into other passengers with 8 times that amount of force. Don't let someone else take the hit. Buckle up and visit buckleup.ohio.gov to learn more. Brought to you by ODOT and ODPS.
At the Ohio Lottery, we make Keno fun, your way. That means every few minutes across Ohio, 20 out of 80 possible numbers are randomly picked. And if some of the numbers you picked match, voila, you're a winner. Keno doesn't require you to know a single thing about sports skidball or overs, unders, pluses, minuses, or lines, or whatever else. Keno is as simple as, did some of my numbers match? They did? Great. You just raked in some dough. There are more than 20 hours of Keno draws every day and thousands of places to play statewide. Lottery players are subject to Ohio laws and commission regulations. Play responsibly.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Make sure you have your umbrella and sunglasses. We'll have some chances of showers earlier in the afternoon with clouds increasing and then some sun here and there throughout the day and highs in the mid to low 70s. Overnight, partly cloudy with lows in the mid 50s with patchy fog developing for Friday morning. But don't worry, the sun will come out later in the day with highs getting into the mid 70s. For the Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with the 10 Weather Impact Forecast.
Bet365, the official online sportsbook of Rothman Ice. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Rothman Ice present Please Snap Leads.
Sponsored by Newman Roofing. Call Newman Roofing today at 614-NEW-ROOF. That's 614-NEW-ROOF. Or visit online at newmanroofing.com.
All right, let's get to a little AFC North stuff. The Pittsburgh Steelers, to make the playoffs, what would you need back? I'll do a little AR gambling computer situation here. See if I can find something for you.
I'll race you.
What do you think you need back? Well, I already know what it is.
Oh.
I was going to quiz you guys on what you needed back.
And he's the Steeler fan.
It's definitely plus something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that sounds about
I don't know. They're always better than 500.
Yeah, so it's going to be pretty thin. I don't know. Plus 190.
Well, you guys are, you got it covered, but it's plus 135.
Okay. Oh, you were way closer.
So they're telling you that, yeah, it's unlikely they will, but there's value there.
We are just above the Jaguars in likelihood and just beneath the Chargers in likelihood.
I'm very intrigued about Aaron Rodgers. I'm not trying to make this anything it isn't, but I feel like he's got just a different mindset. He's on the right brand with the right coach. I don't know if he has all the personnel he needs because he's not the same guy. But I do feel for sure, outside of injury, that he is going to do everything he can to make peace with his career and want to go out as a great teammate, a great talent, a leader. And when he hangs up that helmet, that it is time. Not through injury and not wishy-washy about yelling at dudes and about different stuff and about going on McAfee. Like, I don't feel like that's what this season's about. I'm not saying he's done with wanting to be known or liked or what have you.
This is Aaron Rodgers we're talking about. He loves that.
I just feel like there's a little more peace, maybe a hair of less pressure nationally, but maybe internally he certainly has it on himself. But I think we're finally reached a spot in Aaron Rodgers' career where no one's expecting anything great, and I think that's where he can thrive.
I don't think anybody's expecting greatness from him, but I do think there's a nice amount of pressure on him just because of so much of the Mike Tomlin, and they're always at that 500 record or better mark. And to me, when you're Aaron Rodgers and you bring that type of name to that type of scenario that I just laid out with where Pittsburgh always is, people are going to look at you as the guy that can push them to even higher heights. Now, how high is that ceiling? I don't think it's very high. I think it's higher than it was last year. And if this defense does what we've seen them do over the last few years with what I still think Aaron Rodgers can do, Pittsburgh's going to be a tough out, even tougher out than they usually are. I like their roster. I like where they're at. I like the potential of what that offensive line can be because I know they've made an effort over the last few off seasons to really bring in guys, whether it's younger guys in the draft or veteran guys, to hold up in front of whoever has been playing quarterback. But now that you have Aaron Rodgers, we know it is paramount that you have guys in front of him that are going to allow him to do what he does best. And with that special arm that I still believe he has, if they can do that, Pittsburgh, man, is going to get more from their offense this year than what they got over the last few years. And if that is the case, then you're talking about, them being the team that if you're Buffalo, Kansas City, Baltimore, Cincinnati, you get to the postseason, we don't want to play those guys because of him and that defense.
I'm with you. I think that just because Pickens is gone, people think he doesn't have any toys. That's not true. He does. I'm glad you mentioned the offensive line and how that guys are back healthy, and he's got a better offensive line than he did last year. So who's on the opposite side? Is it Calvin Austin on the opposite side?
That's my problem.
Okay, so Austin's on the other side of Metcalf. Well, he's got to prove himself, but Darnell Washington, I think, is pretty big and a good target for him. I like his tight ends. Scotty Miller's been fairly good this preseason.
Yeah, the receivers for me. That's
we're really being generous.
The tight ends, I'm in on AR. I'm with you on that. Jonnu Smith.
Going to lean on Jalen Warren and Caleb Johnson.
Those guys are going to get busy. Because Arthur Smith clearly knows how to use Jonnu Smith. Smith coming off, with those guys being together in Tennessee, and Smith coming off a Pro Bowl season. There's something there to where those two guys together will do damage. But man, outside of DK Metcalf.
It's about sustaining drives, guys, and he knows how to do that.
AR, but they need more at wide receiver.
Home runs.
They need more at wide receiver, though. The
running game has to be there. It will have to be there with Warren and Caleb.
But when you started naming Roman Wilson and Robert Woods and Scotty Miller,
with those guys.
But I'm just saying, that those are toys I wouldn't want to play with if I were a quarterback. That's all I'm saying.
Let's hear what Chris Canty has to say about the Steelers.
And here we go.
I think it's the Pittsburgh Steelers, and it ain't that close. It's because I don't believe in the quarterback. I just don't. They pin the regression of Aaron Rodgers on injuries that he suffered over the last 3 years. Whether it's injuries or whether it's age, it doesn't really matter. And here's the thing, as players get older, they don't get healthier. So I don't understand why everybody is falling into the hoax that is Aaron Rodgers year over year. We saw with the New York Jets, they were better off without him than they were with him. With the combination of Trevor Siemian, Tim Boyle, and Zach Wilson, they won 2 more games than when Aaron Rodgers started all 17 in 2024. You're talking about the Pittsburgh Steelers being bottom 10 in the league when sacks allowed from last season. And, oh, by the way, they lost a 1,000-yard rusher in Najee Harris in free agency, a guy that's gone over 1,200 yards from scrimmage each of the first 4 years of his career. So when it comes to the Rodgers of it all, I struggle to see how he is going to raise the floor from what we've seen from the Pittsburgh Steelers over the last half decade. Having experience don't mean a damn thing if you physically can't go out there and do the job. And that's what I'm concerned about with Aaron Rodgers for 17 games.
All right, that's real. Last part's real. If they have to turn to Mason Rudolph or Skylar Thompson, then we know their season is not going anywhere probably. And I think he's all ready to say, I told you so, about Aaron Rodgers. We'll see. I I don't think this is probably not a make or break year for your boy Tomlin. It's not win a playoff game where they blow everything up. And I'll go back to my original thought about Aaron Rodgers. He has less to lose now than I feel he ever has. And I think that's where he could at least thrive in a relatively decent way if he stays healthy. Sustain drives, use your tight ends, use the running game. He's smart. I disagree with him that experience doesn't matter. It does. He can be smart. If he's the guy, if he leans into where he is now and not thinking he can be young Aaron Rodgers, then I think he can be more than competent.
Which I think could be a tough challenge, right? When that's all you've known for your entire career is being an MVP type of guy, that may be hard to accept. I just would have loved if they would have kept George Pickens in. Then I think you're really on to something on the offensive side of the ball. But they'll get it going next Sunday against the Jets.
Gotta win that one.
That's
Gotta win that one.
A great scene, that is for sure. Fellas, if you're at a point in your life to where you just don't have it anymore, that human gas tank is on E, that can change if you go see the wonderful folks at the Columbus Men's Clinic, where there is no guesswork, there's no gimmicks, just real science and effective treatments. Beware of online fixes. Some of that stuff that you see, it's a little tricky. Over there at the Columbus Men's Clinic, they will clear all of that stuff up for you. It's affordable. It's accessible. Consultation, including blood work, is just $99 with results before you leave. I did the exact same thing, and I have been feeling awesome and confident moving forward ever since. So act now. You only get one life. Take care of yourself, fellas. Procrastination is not what you want to do. It's only going to make the situation worse. Call 614-300-7400, or you can visit them at columbusmensclinic.com. Again, call them at 614-300-7400, or visit columbusmensclinic.com.
All right, the dated reference is that he was the original Energizer Bunny because all he did is keep going and going. 20 years with the Rams. It's a Gold Jacket Thursday. Jackie Slater jumps on in 2 minutes. Rothman and Ice and the Fan.
Does your vehicle need maintenance, but you don't have time? Krieger Ford's got you covered. Enjoy our convenient pickup and delivery service, or we come to you with our mobile service van. It's fast, easy, and hassle-free. Schedule your appointment today only at KriegerFord.com.
Care Heating and Cooling. Honest technicians, honest pricing. Call 1-800-COOLING.
Tailgate season is here, and if your grill makes you have to duck when you light it, it's time for an upgrade. Billiards Plus carries top-of-the-line grills that you can pass down to your kids and gifts the whole family will enjoy. Family-owned and operated. Billiards Plus on Dublin Center Drive in Dublin.
Hi, I'm Dr. John Runyon from Runyon Dental Group. Are you missing teeth or do you have uncomfortable dentures? Dental implants can not only transform your smile, they can restore your confidence and allow you to eat those foods you love that you've been missing. When I was in my early 30s, I was in a similar situation needing complex dental work and dental implants. I understand all the emotions that you're feeling because I've been the patient and I know that we can help you. Schedule a free consultation today at runyondentalgroup.com. That's runyondentalgroup.com.
You hear that? That's the sound of Pepsi Zero Sugar. The better tasting, more refreshing Zero Sugar Cola. Pepsi Zero Sugar. Let your taste decide.
The Columbus Zoo invites you to follow the footsteps and the tales of animals from around the world. Explore our newest region, North America Trek. So what are you waiting for? Get your tail to our trails only at your Columbus Zoo.
Want to have an impact on your community?
Join the Franklin County Sheriff's Office.
It's one of the highest paying law enforcement agencies in Ohio.
Make change happen in the community,
in the lives of others,
and in your own life.
Apply at sheriff.franklincountyohio.gov.
Rothman and Ice is sponsored by your local Pella Window and Door showroom on Gemini Parkway. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Rothman and Ice present Gold Jacket Thursday.
Presented by the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
All right, welcome back in. It's another Gold Jacket Thursday, and what an intro for this guy. Played 20 seasons in the NFL, all with one team, the Rams. They drafted him back in the third round in 1976. All he did was go on to block for 7 different 1,000-yard rushers, 18 playoff games, including that tough loss in the Super Bowl. But what a warrior. 259 regular season games. That's the most ever by an offensive lineman when he retired. 7 times a Pro Bowler, inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame back in 2001. And he's back in football heaven this week. He is big. He is bad. He is Jackie Slater. My man, welcome.
Oh, man, that is one of the best introductions I think I've had in the last 50 years. I'm going to come on your show anytime you want me.
Well, man, we'll take you because we love Hall of Famers. And let me take you all the way back. So, Jackson State in Mississippi. I thought I read you wanted to tackle dudes. You wanted to manhandle some guys, get after the quarterback. Any idea why they would switch you to offensive line? How'd you feel about that?
Well, when Walter Payton and our head coach, Bob Hill, came to recruit me to my house in Jackson, the head coach said to me, I need you to come and be with Walter, and I need you two guys to be leaders on my team. And I'm thinking, okay, well, Walter is going to be on offense, and I'm going to be on defense. So, that I was a defensive tackle and a pass rusher. I saw myself being a run stopper extraordinaire, and I just felt really good about the recklessness of being a defensive lineman. And then when I get to Jackson State, they give me the playbook and they send me in there with the offensive lineman. I almost left, to be perfectly honest with you. But, I got exposed to a couple of guys, Emmanuel Zanders and Leon Gray, who both played in the NFL. And those guys taught me how to do something that I thought was intimidating. They taught me how to counter the bone. Now, the bone is somebody taking their elbow, which I had a problem with, lining it with those elbow pads, and then just taking your elbow and hitting the guy across the face, stunning him, and then running past and get to the ball carrier, the quarterback. So I was swinging the ball, and I had calcium deposits up and down my forearm. And then these guys taught me how to, with a flat back and with an arched back and a face up, how you can put your face mask right on that bone and break a guy's forearm, literally break a guy's forearm if you're swinging it right.
Wow.
And so once I learned how to counter that intimidating move that I thought I did quite well, then I said, okay, well, there's some other things here. I found that there was a lot of technical things that you could learn and acquire to help you be successful as an offensive lineman, that you weren't always on the receiving end of all of the blows.
Wow. Jackie, maybe for a newer generation of football fans, when they hear Jackson State University, their mind may go to Shador Sanders or Travis Hunter. But as you know, this is a program that has rolled out a bunch of elite players and that have played at a very, very high level, you being one of them. Talk about Jackson State and what it means to you to be a part of that, but also now maybe Jackson State getting a little bit more recognition.
Well, it's probably the two times that I remember Jackson State being mentioned for athleticism and all of their pomp was when Walter Payton was there, and obviously when Deion Sanders was there. And Walter Payton was a phenomenal athlete and a person, and just people came from all over the country to see this guy play, and our campus was inundated with NFL scouts his senior year. But the thing that people don't realize is that the Defensive Rookie of the Year in 1975 was also a first-round pick out of Jackson State. He was the 6th overall pick, which was 2 picks behind Walter Payton, and his name is Robert Brazile. So at Jackson State, at one point in time, for a 3-year period of time, there were 3 NFL Hall of Famers on the school's team. And we just didn't think. We were just recruited by these people, and we ended up there, and we got coached well, and we learned the rules of the game well, and we had passion for it, and we had success.
One of the great offensive linemen ever to play this game, Jackie Slater, with us from Canton and football heaven. I mentioned that Super Bowl in the intro. You go up against the Steel Curtain defense, Super Bowl 14, I believe. Mean Joe Green, Elsie Greenwood. You led going into the fourth quarter. What do you recall about that Super Bowl?
With 11 minutes left to go in the ball game, we had to lead. And then the thing that I remember is Terry Bradshaw launching some deep passes down and we had 2 really good corners in Rod Perry and Pat Thomas. They were just 5'9" and 5'9.5" versus these 6'1", 6'2" receivers that could jump. And you could just see, if you go and look at some of the highlights of that Super Bowl, you'll see Rod Perry, he's off the ground at least a yard off the ground with extended arms trying to tip the ball which goes just out of his reach, out of his reach into the hands of stalwarts who scored a big touchdown. And they just came back and took advantage of some of our physical liabilities. But otherwise, I thought we played them real well at the line of scrimmage. I had LC Greenwood, and he was a savvy guy. He wasn't the physical specimen that he had been. I remember one time thinking, okay, now this guy's lining up tight on me. I got to sell him that I'm reaching him outside, and then if he jumps outside, then I can just take him on out and we'd have a nice hole inside. So what I did was I took my right foot and I double tapped to his outside shoulder, expecting him to buy that I was trying to reach him. He didn't fall for it. He went right inside and blew the back up in the backfield. So that's what the experience of those guys brought to the table at that time, and they used it all. They used athleticism, experience, good coaching, and everything. They were just a better team that day overall.
Jackie, I couldn't wait to ask you about a couple running backs you had the pleasure to block for, and those guys had the pleasure of having you block in front of them. Eric Dickerson and Jerome Bettis. I know a lot of people in our neck of the woods are Steeler fans, so they are excited to hear about your time with Jerome Bettis before he got to Pittsburgh. But just talk about what made those guys special with Eric Dickerson and Jerome Bettis.
Oh, man, both of them were just tremendous talents, and there was nothing shy about either one of them. The confidence of a 450-pound man rested in the heart and the bosom of both those guys. Eric Dickerson there was nothing that I felt intimidated him more than his grandmother who raised him. And then the same thing with Jerome Bettis and Sean Gilbert, a big 320-pound defensive tackle that we had, were basically representing the leadership on the Rams his rookie year. And in practices, when we got after each other, those two guys were verbal, physical, after each other. There was no backing away. And that was the thing that I appreciated about Jerome Bettis. He was not going to back away from any confrontation. He was big, he was a brute, and he knew it. And it was just so much fun to play with these type of personalities.
At the time of his retirement in 1995, he had the most seasons played at 20, the most games played at 259, and the most playoff games played in a career at 18. He is the one and only Jackie Slater. I watched the game, obviously, against, I'm old enough to remember, and I watched you against Reggie White. And of your career, it's the one game that your coach, John Robinson, summed up your career. One of the toughest assignments any football player would ever have in that 89 NFC wildcard playoff game, blocking Reggie White. Do you believe that game, I don't know, not made you a Hall of Famer, your career did, but did it put the world on notice that Jackie Slater was a star?
Well, I'd have to say so. And it was primarily because John Madden and Summerall, who were doing the game, if I had known what was going on with the camera crews and the announcers, I probably would have just fallen apart, withered under the stress of having to deal with this guy. Well, I had no idea. I had a game plan coming in, and my game plan was to not allow me to be in a situation with him where he didn't have to think, where he was just playing straight up hard football without thinking. And so I started that game by doing some things that were probably not traditional. In fact, I remember Hudson Houck, the offensive line coach at the time, after that game, in front of the whole offensive line, reprimanded me on 3 or 4 or 5 different occasions in the first half alone. And then when we took the break, he asked everybody to leave, and he said he needed to talk to me. And then he walked up to me and shook my hand and said, "Congratulations, hell of a job." He said, "But I got to get on you because you did this, that, and the other. And I don't think some of these other guys in the room here would have understood what you were doing." So that made me feel really good to hear him say that and everything. But I mean, when I think about blocking Reggie White, I think about the strongest human being that I have probably ever been within 5 feet of in my life. I think he is perhaps the quickest human being that I have ever been in within 5 feet of in my life. And for me to say that I matched him physically tip for tap would have been foolish. But what I did do was I tried to limit his him playing purely as an athlete, and I tried to make him play with his mind as much as possible. I tried to make him think instead of react, because I was going to lose that reaction battle every time.
Well, you certainly did, man, and you left it all on the field. We wish you the best. I know you're excited probably to be back in Canton. This residency program has been terrific. You mentioned Robert Brazil. We had him on the program. He's been back. I hope you're looking forward now to soaking it up in a different way now that you're back.
Yes, I am. It has been a lot of fun. Just talked to a ton of kids in there with a lot of questions and met some good athletes that want to know, what sets you apart and stuff. Just had a myriad of conversation with young people who are just getting started and looking for opportunities and want to make the best of their opportunities. It was just a fun morning for me to experience that, and it was refreshing, actually. It really was.
If I urge anybody to watch anything about you, I want them to watch the NFL films with you and Matthew. I think it's one of the great emotional things, the father-son relationship and what he became and how proud of him you were when he won the Super Bowl and all of that. So we wish your family the best. Enjoy Canton, my man. We'll talk soon.
Thank you so very much, and have a great day.
You too. Jackie Slater. And if you listen to anything back from that, if you missed the beginning, if you want to have something illustrated of what it was like to play in the NFL in the trenches in the late 70s and early 80s, go listen to the first answer. He'll tell you what it was like. We'll come back with Tell the Truth. Rothman and Ice and the Fan.
The only workplace in America to participate in the Doorknob Fart Game. And we also play office basketball and sometimes do radio. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Plumbing problems? Logan Services is here to help. We offer free estimates on water heaters, water softeners, sewers, and drains. Don't stress. Instead, take action and book your free appointment now. Logan Services.
My name is Andre Roberts, and I'm a defender for the Ohio State men's soccer team. When I was in 7th grade, I fractured my kneecap. That was my first experience with Orthopedic One. My physician came in the room and delivered the diagnosis, and with the confidence that he had, it reassured me that I would be okay. And they definitely did a good job of knowing as a soccer player when I needed confidence, when I needed to be pushed, and they got me right back to where I was before my injury. Orthopedic One understood what it means to be a soccer player.
The dog days are the best days to save at Coughlin Kia, Central Ohio's largest volume Kia dealer. Get 0% financing on any new Kia EV, Sportage, or Sorrento, or 1.9% on a new 25 Seltos or K5. Visit CoughlinKia.com.
Coughlin has the car for you.
Based on January to December 2024 retail sales at all 4 locations. 0% for 48 months equals $20.83 per 1,000 finance. 1.9% for 48 months equals $21.65 per 1,000 finance. All manufacturer incentives to dealer. Prior sales excluded. Dealer financing required. Residency restrictions may apply. See dealer for details. Ends 9/2/25.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/joy to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments, including pills, chews, and more. 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy, HIMS.com/JOY.
Is there anything better than a college football Saturday? Not if you're at the ESPN Bet Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino Columbus. Join the Fan for watch parties for the games this season. Oh, you got to check out the display case of amazing autographed prizes you can win. It's beautiful. 2 massive TV walls to watch the national champs. Watch and place wagers with over 30 kiosks. Contests, prizes, and live shows. Must be 21 or older to enter. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Sometimes I hear a sparkling sound.
Like when we say, all you have to do is point?
There it is.
That's the sound of magic happening.
Magic like we can come the day you call us? Wow.
Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK or visit 1-800-GOT-JUNK.com.
Bishop and Friends.
I think it's a game changer for the cherry as a fruit. Great antioxidants. Now all of a sudden, I got a pitter that's going to be here by this afternoon. You can suck down all the cherries you want.
Bishop and Friends, sponsored by Diamond Cellar.
Weekdays from 9 to noon on The Fan.
Here's a look at what's going on around the ballpark with your Cincinnati Reds. The Reds are in Arizona this weekend and then wrap up the current road trip at Dodger Stadium before returning home on Friday, the 29th, to take on the St. Louis Cardinals, the Toronto Blue Jays, and the New York Mets. That series with the Cardinals will open with another City Connect fireworks Friday. Make plans to stick around after the game for another incredible fireworks display, this one presented by Toyota. Saturday, the 30th, fans can take home a bobblehead featuring Hunter Green with his French Bulldog Ross, thanks to TriHealth, for fans in attendance while supplies last. The Wizarding World is coming to Great American Ballpark that Sunday. Fans can purchase a special ticket package that includes an exclusive T-shirt representing your choice from the 4 Hogwarts houses. You must purchase your game ticket from this offer to receive the T-shirt. Visit Reds.com/Harry Potter. That's a look at what's going on around the ballpark with your Cincinnati Reds.
Want to know anything about the Fans contest, how to win, or what's up for grabs? Check out 971thefan.com. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Tell the truth with Rothman and Ice.
Sponsored by Window Nation. Buy 2 windows, get 2 for free. Call 866-90-NATION or visit windownation.com now.
I'll tell the truth. I almost like mock draft fantasy season better than the fantasy draft itself. Because A, I'm not committed to the team. It's mock. Mm-hmm. There's no pressure. It's like hitting a range golf ball.
Oh, I like that.
I don't have to hit the second one.
Yeah.
No pressure. Just tee up another ball.
Yep.
I can just tee up another mock if I don't like the one that happened. Once I have to be married to my team,
you're stuck.
It's a little rough.
Yeah.
But I like talking about the situation much more than I like it at the draft itself.
Almost every commercial break that we have, you and I go back and forth with all these different fantasy football scenarios that could, unfold in front of us come Monday night.
Are picking so differently. I'm 3 or 9.
Yeah.
We won't necessarily be even in the tier of the same guys. So you and I can actually talk. If you and I were going 3 and 4, 2 and 3, I think it'd be Ziploc. I don't think we would be saying anything. All right, Cole, take us home, bud.
I got to tell the truth.
Uh-oh. Snitching on yourself here?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Again?
Because I got a few notifications on my phone, and I saw the name of my phone, and I went, uh-oh. I have a missed call and 2 text messages from one Adam King.
Oh, wow. Did you pull a Schefter? Oh, no.
Okay.
Were we supposed to call him today?
I forgot to tell him, hey, Thursday's a unique show.
Yeah, 2 hours.
The first hour's kind of knocked out. I'm kind of scrambling with the first hour, making sure that everything's good for the entire state of Ohio. Oh, that was a gong. Hold on.
Did you tell him he got bumped for 2 Hall of Famers?
I did.
Did that help?
I said that after the fact. But here's the part that's not very good. Because, yes, we can say, hey, man, we got 2 Hall of Famers. Adam King can also say, and I know this because he told me, he said, it was my birthday.
Oh, that's right.
AK, we blew it. I'm sorry. Happy birthday,
He does
AK.
take off for his birthday.
Yeah, he's one of the. By the way,
it is Texas week.
Twitter. Tyvus was giving me some crap yesterday because I take my birthday off.
You do.
He was saying that
But
that's
I don't
a
think
party
you wrote
foul.
it in your contract.
What? I did not.
Probably should.
I did not. Well, yeah, Tyvus was dunking on me yesterday. He also dunks on me for taking naps, which I'm like, what's wrong with that? He doesn't believe
Are you
in naps.
familiar with this O's the Mentalist?
No.
I don't even know why that's a drop.
It's the way he said no. It's kind of like the Aaron Rodgers with the girl. Like, would you ever come play for the Saints? No.
Oh, I got to find that one. That's somewhere in there.
So he believes in working on your birthday?
Yeah, he also believes in not taking naps, which I'm just like, I don't know about that, Tyvus.
Here's what I'll tell Tyvus.
What's your nap?
Would you ever consider playing for the Saints?
No.
Quick and to the point.
This guy, man.
I don't want to live in Louisiana.
All right. This is a game of like, can the host beat the drop? Like, can we?
And I'm trying to shoot the gap.
So there's a couple different versions of the birthday. One, is it a milestone birthday? You definitely, and does it land on a day where you can go actually enjoy it?
Yeah.
Is it on a Friday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, like where you can do it? If your birthday falls on a Monday or a Tuesday, of course you can go out to dinner if you'd like, but you got to work the next day. It'd be much better if you could take off your birthday if it goes into a weekend.
Yeah, okay.
Number two, there's a difference between the guy that wants to work on his birthday because he wants everybody to know it's his damn birthday, or the guy that takes his birthday off because he wants to get away from work. You're that guy. You're not the guy that comes to work and announces to everybody it's his birthday and then gets one tweet, "Hey, Matty Ice, happy birthday." Instead of you hitting reply, "Thank you," you're not the guy to quote tweet it, "Thanks." So now everybody in your timeline knows it's your birthday.
Ooh.
You're not that guy.
Sounds like you're getting some stuff off your chest over there.
Tell the truth. I was telling the truth. I've witnessed
Tell the truth. Who came to mind when you described that?
Well, I'm not going to tell that truth.
Oh, come on.
Oh, man. Yeah,
Is Adam King quote tweeting people?
No, he's beyond help. Like, this was not about Adam. He would be a guy, though, with a quote tweet of thanks.
I don't like to be center stage.
He would be the guy that if nobody knew it was his birthday, would get a wish, quote tweet it, "Oh, thank you." And then now everybody who didn't know it was his birthday now knows.
Yeah, I need at least one person in listener land to tweet out Adam King a happy birthday just so we can see how he responds to it.
Yes. And I think everybody
he may have just heard that now. So
I think every company should get every one of their employees their birthday off. I think it should be for everybody. Everybody get your birthday off.
So
Get
you
a
get
day
16
off.
days
what
off.
if you want to work your birthday?
Well, too bad. You're staying home. I'll pay you to stay home.
Does that count as a holiday? Holiday hours?
What if your schedule is like our boy Carp? What if he's done at 8 in the morning every day? Why should he take his birthday
Get
off?
some more sleep.
Well, he didn't sleep.
He
but
doesn't.
why? Like,
That's what I would
like. He's got a beautiful schedule. Work the holidays. Work your birthday because nothing's happening at 8 in the morning anyway.
You know what? I don't want to work at all on my birthday. 5 a.m., 7 at night. I ain't trying to work at all.
And I have no problem with you wanting to do that.
Tyvus does.
Tyvus seems to have a
Tyvus does.
I got a big problem.
Yeah.
When's your birthday this year? Is it on a Sunday?
Oh, when is my birthday? That's a good question.
Might be on a Sunday.
TLC,
Sorry,
do
buddy.
you know when my birthday is now?
October 10th?
No, come on. You're not even close, bro.
No, wait, hold on. I have you in my phone somewhere.
Okay, that's all I need
for
to do.
your birthday.
See what happens.
So I will.
So we're just going to wing it. There's a big difference between winging it and seeing what happens.
Right. Let me see. I got October 1st is Ryan Baker.
Okay, let's not go through the whole roster.
Yeah,
Where are you?
I'm February 1st.
Yeah.
So it's
Which,
an
by the way, comes
I'm
out
looking
on a
at
Sunday.
Is that Super Bowl Sunday?
No,
probably the week
Super Bowl
after.
is way
said
later.
this year. His birthday's
Well,
already
I meant
happened.
his next birthday. I meant. I'm sorry. His next birthday.
I got you in there on February 1st.
All right,
There we go. There we go. We got to go. Hey, before we go,
Glad your
February
birthday's on.
16th.
Hey, by the way, Maddie, take your birthday off
I
this
will.
year. All right.
I'm taking that Monday off.
Sunday.
That's for sure. Hey, before we go, if you missed anything from our show, don't worry. You can always catch up wherever you get your podcast. All you got to do is type in Rothman and Ice. Everything we do from noon to 3 will be waiting there for you. Subscribe to the pod as well. Common Man and Timmy coming up next.
On campus tomorrow.
We'll be on campus. We're 2 sleeps away, Buckeye Nation. Let's go.
All right. Can't wait. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Preview the big game. Rothman and Ice and the Fan.
We're your radio home for the Buckeyes, Browns, and all the NFL games you can handle. We may have a bit of a football problem. Oh, yeah? The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
The roof of your home protects what matters most in your life. Your family, your memories, your peace of mind. So when it comes time to replace the roof over your head, you need a name you can trust. Newman Roofing. Don't just take our word for it. Here's our friend Cindy on why she chose Newman Roofing over all the rest.
We had interviewed and talked with several other roofing companies around the city. The salesperson that came to speak with us was extremely knowledgeable, answered questions, took his time with us. We were happy to make Newman our choice.
And you'll have peace of mind knowing that on the day of the installation, we'll give you and your home the respect it deserves.
The guys arrived right on time. The crew leader came and talked with us, let us know what they were going to be doing. He was here all day with the crew. That itself was very impressive.
If you're thinking about your roofing or siding, give Newman Roofing a call today.
We were very happy with our experience, and we would highly recommend Newman to anybody we talk to.
Don't just get a new roof, get a Newman roof. Call 614-NEW-ROOF or visit online at newmanroofing.com.
In Columbus, how you roll up on game day matters. And with Polestar are redefining the driving experience. The Polestar 3 isn't just an electric SUV. It's an SUV that drives like a sports car. Precise, powerful, silent enough to hear the crowd before you see the stadium. Drive it today at Polestar Columbus or visit polestarcolumbus.com for a test drive and to learn about our competitive lease offers.
Dormar, your climate hero.
When your furnace or air conditioner is broke, we come out that same day. Dormar, home the tin man.
At Baths R Us, we believe home improvement is life improvement, and that starts with the team who brings your vision to life. Our installers aren't just skilled, they're experts.
This is who we are. This is what we do all day, every day.
Right now, get $1,500 off a shower or tub replacement or $3,000 off a full bathroom remodel. Plus, low to no monthly payments. Call 380-225-BATH to schedule your free estimate or go to bathsrus.com. 380-225-2284. Baths R Us, where dreams soak in.
You hear that? That's the sound of Pepsi Zero Sugar. The better tasting, more refreshing Zero Sugar Cola. Pepsi Zero Sugar. Let your taste decide.
The Columbus Zoo invites you to follow the footsteps and the tales of animals from around the world. Explore our newest region, North America Trek. So what are you waiting for? Get your tail to our trails only at your Columbus Zoo.
Listen up, football fans. You won't want to miss this.
Right now, new Bet365 customers bet $5 and get $200 in bonus bets, win or lose. So you could turn that $200 into something bigger when you bet on money line, spread, totals, player props.
$200 in bonus bets when new customers bet $5. I know where I'm going to bet from now on. Download the app today and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Ohio. T&Cs apply. In-app only.
Out Our Inn, where your tailgate begins. Open at 6 a.m. on game day. Be one of the first 100 through the door and score a limited edition Out Our Inn shirt. 3 generations of fans have signed their walls. With the biggest bar, best patios, and great music. It's the #1 game day tradition. Follow them on social for details. Out Our Inn, the legendary bar on High and Franby since 1969.
It's Leslie from Pella Columbus.
And I'm Wilson from that other window place.
One of the things we constantly hear from customers, Wilson, it's impossible to pick a favorite. We've got 5 different window lines here at Pella, for the $300,000 to the $3 million home.
Yep, impossible to pick a favorite. My parents would always say that.
Oh, Wilson, that's so sweet.
Yeah, other than I'm an only child.
Oh. Get the windows that Columbus homeowners rated the leading window brand at PellaColumbus.com.
1-877 Cards for Kids. KARS Cards for Kids.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS.
1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. Donate your car today.
Did you know you can donate real estate too?
Don't sweat it. Call Care Heating and Cooling and we'll fix your air conditioner fast. 1-800-COOLING.
Keep your summer fun going in a new Toyota RAV4, America's best-selling SUV. Now through September 2nd, get 4.99 APR financing on a new 25 RAV4 or 5.99 on RAV4 Hybrid. Excludes plug-ins. Or lease a gas-powered RAV4 LE for $309 a month for 36 months with $36.99 due at signing. With approved credit through TFS. Tax, title, and license extra. Call 1-888-36-TOYOTA for details or go to Toyota.com. Toyota.